Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are here for episode 3 of Beyond the Wall, and I'm sure nothing bad will happen now that we're out of the city, ever. It's gonna be great, and there's gonna be lots of yummy soup, and we're all gonna be happy. um, Anyways, before we pass everything off to Yaz to run us through the story, I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about their characters and everything. Um, and I guess start with myself. We usually start with the top left. So I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for tabletop game design, streaming, art, voice acting, a whole bunch of different stuff that I do. Um, all of that can be found through various links at my link tree. Also, I play Mare. Words are hard this week. Mare is like if you took DC's Raven and Scarecrow and had them have a child, and then she grew up with her role model as like Batman. She's very extra and very gothy and very antisocial for the most part. She's a lot of fun to play. uh, and yeah, she thinks she's a superhero, and according to her dreams and nightmares and this strange angel that has showed up, she is the chosen one to save the world. Um, that's me and my character. We'll pass it on down to Paladin.
Only one could stand against the darkness, and it's the darkest one of us all. Yay! Hi, everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday and Little Red Dot, and I am again playing Tom Fan. And I wrote like half my backstory today, so I know exactly what's going on. Like all the little details about how I grew up and who my parents were, and nothing about my adult life, because, you know, that's the other half. So.
Fantastic. Next, we'll pass it on over to Anina.
Hi there, I'm Anina Kasky, and I play Belia, the Archangel of all animals. And her mission is to make sure Mare is safe. And being the Archangel of all animals, she doesn't quite get humans. She's also tremendous fun to play.
She's a great character. And what about you? Or did I
Me.
totally?
Oh, yeah,
No, her.
cool.
Or did I totally space out when you were talking about yourself? Because that's entirely possible too.
No, I just forgot. It's been a long
Okay.
week, guys. It's been a long week. Anyway, and also my internet started having a moment. Here we go. I'm Anina Kasky. I'm an actor and a writer, and I have a YouTube channel where I do comedy. I do all kinds of stuff. There's also a dark drama web series there, so if you want to have a look, go on over to The Awkward Actress on YouTube.
Definitely do it. It's a
Thank you
really
very
cool
much.
channel.
Yeah. And I also gave you an awkward pause there, so it was on brand.
I've heard of awkward pauses.
Perfect. All right. Next, we'll hop on up to Hannah. Tell us a little bit about Joe and yourself.
My name's Hannah. I am a tabletop player and occasional GM, though I don't GM any streams or anything currently. I am playing today Joe, who is a mechanic of sorts and really not in for all this nightmare and reality bending nonsense, even though her best friend is a ghost.
It's fantastic. And then, yeah, last but not least, Yaz, tell us a little bit about yourself and this wonderful world, and take it away.
My name is Yasmin, Yasmin Tatiana, if you want to be all fancy. I am primarily a visual storyteller and illustrator. And Beyond the Wall as the TTRPG is inspired by the world that I get to illustrate for the author Cecilis. It's going to be a comic book. We're hoping to get all of our issues out and sales starting near June and July. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can check out Twitter's Cecilis and the link that I just posted in chat. And let's recap real quick what happened last week. Our players here have very cleverly figured their way out of the last of the puzzle and into a courtyard where Mare very briefly got to see a spectral woman. Tom and Joe found themselves in a strange crossroads in the hallway where they found a mirror that shows you things that aren't there or things that are, and a storage room full of boxes or luggage pieces that had their names on them, which Joe and Tom collected and brought to the courtyard. And they were able to find splendiferous little items that may or may not help them in the future. And as a final note, Tom played his guitar, chasing away the fog that is surrounding this courtyard, this dead courtyard that they were in, exposing the rolling hills, bright green verdant grass and trees, and all manner of life without moving life. There are no animals as far as you can tell, Faye, in this area. You do know that you can conjure animals at any time, so that's not too big, but that would be something that you would notice immediately. There's no birds, there's no insects, there's nothing. There's just plant life. And that is where we get started today.
This
Look at
doesn't
that,
make
everybody.
this doesn't make any sense.
What
What
the
part
fog,
does that make sense?
the ghost guitar, that there's hills. What?
We were just in a courtyard. Now we're in a hilly plain area. Oh no! Oh
I mean,
no!
people build courtyards in the hills. What do you think Scotland is? It's all hills.
You're not wrong.
That's true.
You know how many castles there are in Scotland?
I've been to a few. I mean, someone's
you
been
go.
to a few. Anyway,
So
Strange. There's
go on.
no animal life here. This is strange.
What, none? But there's loads of grass though, right? And trees.
see, I told you it doesn't make sense.
I can't feel anything.
Maybe that's why you're here.
That's-
Maybe you're like supposed to put the ground full of gophers and whatnot.
Wait,
You
is
know,
that
stuff
is
them
that
all in
weird?
there.
Not being able to
Yes,
feel
I
anything?
I can always feel and hear everything.
Huh.
The ants, the insects, the
relate.
birds,
Also, can't relate.
anything.
Yeah, feeling stuff for me has become a little more difficult of late.
Of late, he says.
You know, last couple of decades.
So, are there any? Is there like any kind of landmark or anything to head towards, or is it just as far as the eye can see?
It's rolling hills as far as the eye can see, but you do know that to your right there are trees, what looks like to be a forest, and ahead of you also more forest in different shades of green.
Well,
Can I get my runes out and
Sure can.
try and contact my deity?
We could probably use some divine guidance.
Yeah. You can definitely do that.
Let me get there. Is that a game? Can we play? Was it fun?
It's not a game.
Or play dice,
Yeah,
but
you
with
got cool
whatever those
stuff.
are.
They're runes. They'll tell us
Alright.
what to do. And then I'll chuck the
I
runes
love
on
when
the-
magic rocks tell us what to do.
Yeah. You know, I had a
It's-
conch once and you pulled the string and it would like play a little sound and then we would do exactly that.
It's like in that game, Fundamental RPG, where you roll dice and tell stories.
I've heard of
Uh,
that. Super famous.
Product placement.
and Nina, can I have you roll weird for Faye?
Weird? Okay.
Yes, please.
Not Boss from Beyond.
Not as Boss from Beyond, unless you want to do Boss from Beyond instead.
We'll do weird first. So
Okay.
I forget anything.
Sorry, I just had this mental image of Mayor holding up a copy
Nice.
of my tabletop system. like this.
Joe's just like, where did you get that?
Product
What?
placement.
Yeah,
So,
it's like when the
you-
character holds up a can of Pepsi or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
You're good. Faye, you cast your runes out. And there's one that lands specifically on its side. And when you pick up that particular rune, it is the symbol of Odin, or the god symbol, or the infinity symbol. And it is pointed ahead of you where it landed. The rest of the dice give you kind of the sensation that there are many paths to take. There is no wrong path to take, but some of them are much more dangerous than others.
Okay. Do I sense which way is and more safer to take?
You do not sense which one is more safe. You just know that the god symbol is pointed straight ahead of you instead of to either side of you. And I would like to also plant the seed that sometimes danger yields more fruitful results.
Okay.
Sometimes the road less traveled is the one that you gain more from.
We do dangerous stuff. We get fruit. Gotcha.
I risk high reward.
Yeah, no, we are here looking for food, so fruitful stuff, that's what we want.
Actually, yes, good point.
Straight ahead. We go straight ahead.
But there's hills. Do we like dig through or
Aren't you a ghost?
right? But you're not. So do we dig
can
or do we just
fly.
go up and down over the hills?
So I'm the only one who has to walk up and down over the hills.
Really? All right.
I think it's supposed to be up and down over the hills.
All
I'm
right.
just saying though, if any of those hills are alive or singing, I'm killing something.
I mean, I think our angel friend would be able to sense if the hills were alive.
Okay.
Nothing's alive in the hills.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They don't have eyes, no teeth, no weird, people from down south.
I don't
You know.
trust that they'll stay that way.
Is your spirit friend okay? He doesn't make sense.
No, that's just his personality. You'll get used to it.
Because I'm really old people, they get wacky.
And this is why I prefer animals. Come,
Yeah.
let's go.
They get old, they just die. That's a lot easier.
Oh, that's morbid. All right, let's go.
But true.
So y'all
There are
push-
some animals that live for like a super long time. There was this one turtle, I kept visiting him for ages. And he
Yes.
got lost somewhere because I was playing with him and I forgot to put him back in his box.
Yes, I remember him.
What was his name then? Hmm?
His
Hey.
name was Frederick.
Dang it. I have
that's
no
what you
idea how
called
she
him.
knew that. Oh well.
I
Mare just walks up behind Joe and puts a hand on her shoulder and just says, "It's just the way of things. Don't think about it too hard."
yeah, I know.
We're wasting time. We should
She
go.
just keeps walking.
Is there even time here? This is such a weird place. There's no animals. There's weird hills somewhere. Just, poof.
So you guys push forward and you get into this in almost the same way that the hallway made you feel. You feel like it doesn't matter how far you've walked. You've been walking for forever. And it feels like you have walked only uphill at any given time. Can I have you guys all roll cool for me?
Cool.
No, wait, not that one.
Or something that I've never been.
Yep. Even when
Oh
I play
no,
Invasion.
Joe!
Oh no!
It makes sense
This
that the
group
two
has
humans
zero
were
chill.
a little trouble.
We are gonna lose our minds so fast.
You guys are gonna level up so fast.
Good thing we don't have a sanity mechanic.
So
Yeah.
both Mayor and Joe, the fact that it doesn't feel like you've been moving at all really begins to get on your nerves, and like agitated, uncomfortable, however, like it doesn't make sense. It feels not worth your while to keep doing this. And it's frustrating because even when you look over your shoulder, you can still see the gates that you walked out of. Now, Tom, you have a little bit more grounded, like there's like you're cool about it. Like, yeah, it doesn't really add up, but it's fine. And I mean, it's still frustrating, but it's definitely not like lose your mind frustrating. And then Nina,
Our
this is
angel
just
friend seems cool, so
Yeah.
I guess it's okay.
and for Faye, this is just like this is normal. This is fine. Like eventually you're gonna break out of it. It'll be okay.
I get the idea that like Joe just sits down at some point and like rolls up a sleeve on her jumpsuit and she's got like 5 watches and she just starts like poking at them.
Your watch hands are spitting. Like rapidly spitting in different directions. Some are going.
It doesn't even make sense.
Did you break one of your watches?
They're all
too bad.
broken.
What, all of them? How did you manage it? Oh my God, what's happening there? That's not good.
Mayor, how are you responding to this?
I imagine Mare's just mad because it's so bright. And
Pretty much, yeah. Bear's just staring nonplussed at the spitting hands and just squinting at the brightness and being
Faye,
perturbed.
do you check out the spinning hands at all? Are you still walking forward? Do you stop for your people?
I would stop. I would stop and turn and go, it won't always be like this. Come. Let's go.
but my watch, look, can you look at this?
I think
Yeah,
after
the
It's
this,
whole-
only here.
I promise things are gonna change. That seems a little weird when there's no time passing, or maybe it's passing super fast. I'm gonna just eye Joe for a minute to see if she's like super aging or something. I don't know.
I think
If I could
Mare
see
is
like the crow's feet.
No.
eventually just gonna look at the watch again and be like, time's just a construct anyways, let's just go.
Like a golem.
I'll pat her very awkwardly on the head, like this, like I'm soothing.
It's just like, what?
It's just like, oh, what a good girl.
Mare just
Yeah.
looks like, you know how when you pet a cat that's not really wanting pets, but they're just sort of tolerating it, and they're just sort of like,
I shall not kill you this day.
yeah,
Okay,
that's pretty much what Mare looks like.
Okay, so I guess Joe will like take off one of her watches and start like pull out a little screwdriver or something and start fiddling with it and get back up and walk again.
Okay.
As long as she has something to distract herself with.
So you guys keep continuing on, and the feeling really doesn't change. You know that time has passed, but again, you seem to be kind of stuck in this mid-hill excursion out into the land.
So
We are
how
not
do
getting
we, how do
anywhere.
we know that time has passed, are they getting hungry? Because I have no
Yeah.
concept as a ghost.
I would say our more humanish friends would be getting a little bit hungry, peckish, maybe a little tired.
How's Mao handling all of this?
Right.
Mao is, let me actually see. Hold on.
Go Mal go.
Mao's really not doing okay either. Thanks for reminding me about her.
We
I-
keep forgetting her. So
I know. I remember her when we start, and then immediately as we launch into stories, I'm like, la da da, Mao. Mao is like has gotten absurdly quiet. Like Mao's been fairly chatty and fairly like positive and upbeat up until this point. But you can see like almost like a shadow has passed over Mao. They've gotten really, really quiet and withdrawn, and they keep looking over their shoulders, like a sense of paranoia that's sort of beginning to set in. But they don't talk to you. They don't bring, or she doesn't bring any attention to herself. She's just kind of following a couple steps behind you guys.
I think Mare is going to like think about this for a second, like contemplating, and finally just audibly and visibly sigh and turn around and look at Mao and go, as much as I like this new quiet thing you're doing, it's not normal, so are you okay?
She makes like a really low hissing noise and just like her hands are balled up in fists and she's got them in front of like holding them in front like she's trying to meditate really poorly, like angry meditate. And she says, no, I'm
Did you
not
just
fine.
remember that you left the stove on? Eh?
I wish. And she just like sets her teeth and like pushes past you guys to keep walking indignantly, like very, very uncharacteristic of her. Joe, can I have you roll sharp for your tinkering with your watch?
I'm so excited.
As Mao passes by, Mare just goes, "Okay, good talk," and just follows.
Would I know why people are acting this way? Something to do with, would I know something about the realm or?
In animal physiology.
So
Would I just be like, humans be weird, or would I be like, oh, I know?
I
Humans do be
believe
weird.
like the first
True.
set would be like, humans, yeah, do be weird. But you also know that humans are animals and just like
Yeah.
animals have patterns. And if a human is agitated, there's probably a reason why they're agitated, and that something about this makes them all uncomfortable. Like they're not
Yeah.
like if they're like almost like how rabbits know when a predator's in the area, but without
Yeah.
knowing that there's a predator in the area.
So I'll become hyper vigilant and search to see if there's some sort of predator nearby.
Also have you roll sharp for me. Hannah, as you're tinkering with your watch, your watch seems to have so many more components than a watch should. And as you start like kind of popping some of the gears out, like almost like little spiders, the hands of this watch begin to unfold, and it begins to take a shape that's bigger than your watch was.
Okay, so Joe's gonna curse and throw it.
Okay.
Ow.
You throw this extra watch out, and all of the pieces that have been like kind of forming and coming out of this watch just sort of crumple, like a tent that has seen way too many nights used, and just like falls into the grass and stops moving, essentially. Nina, Faye, you begin, like, as you become more hyper vigilant of the area around you, you realize that the grass that you're standing in almost looks like it's moving. Like, first there's a breeze that is brushing the grass, like in a Studio Ghibli film, in that really pretty manner. But as you look longer at it, those ripples almost seem to take like a weight with them as they ripple across this hill that you've been trying to climb for God knows how long. And it almost looks like snakes moving in the grass, but large serpents, all kind of coiling together. And the longer you look at it, the more it shows itself to you, of these coils of snakes that are moving around. And you realize that you are standing and walking up one of these snakes. And like, they're not like this big, they're like this big, like huge snakes just coiling, and that's what is under the grass. And that's what's making the
But
hill.
that's not like, this is not a real, like, this is not like an animal snake. This
No.
is like a
There's something
demonic
else.
snake.
It does not register as an animal to you.
Yeah, okay.
Do you tell
Why'd it
the
have to be
others?
snakes?
Sorry.
No,
I'll
I'm
sort of,
just quoting Indiana Jones.
I'll stop really abruptly. I put my hands up like this.
Oh, are we here? Did we do it? Hooray!
Shh, shh.
Oh, no.
Stay very still.
Why?
And as you guys all slow down and still yourselves, you can feel the vertigo of moving like in an ocean.
I'm not a
Okay.
fan of this. What's going on?
Oh, I don't
Are we
feel
taking a
good.
break?
I will. I'm gonna ask for some guidance right about now.
Okay, you're gonna ask your big boss for beyond.
Yeah, because I know what I'd do if I was alone, but I have to keep these humans
Alright.
alive.
Well, two mortals and a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you roll for me. I believe that you can just click the dice on the boss from beyond.
Yes.
Come on, God.
We don't know that's for boss.
Come on, boss.
We go.
Could be
Good.
Mr. Spacely.
So you can add, you want to know how to get out of this situation, or what would be your question for your boss?
My question would be, how do I keep everyone safe?
So you feel that tingle, your eyes light up with whatever imbued divine magic that you have. And for a brief moment, you are given a vision. And in the vision, you are standing in a heavily wooded forest, what looks like almost sunset, golden hour, where that beautiful gold is caught in all of the green leaves of this forest, and everything seems to glow and hum. And you know this to be a comforting place. And from that, one of the motes of light that are coming between the trees almost takes on a figure or a form. And this figure approaches you, puts its hand on your shoulder, and turns you, almost pointing past you, and you can see just like a wisp of light past your, as you come back to standing where you are, and that wisp of light is pointing to the clock that the watch contraption that Joe had thrown.
Okay.
And you also, you feel, you have this almost like a boon that is given to you. You don't know what this boon does, but it gives you a sense of confidence and comfort.
Okay. Can I see the watch?
You can. The watch doesn't look so much like a watch anymore. It looks like a spider with too many brassy legs. Kind of about yay big.
A watch.
How big?
Can everyone else see this? Can I?
That was a
real big.
watch on my wrist. What?
And it's just like spread eagle, like a busted tent out in this grass, like a couple yards from Joe.
I mean, that's cool looking, but like, also, why did that come out of my watch?
And I point at it and I go, this.
The watch?
Use this. This is
But
how we get to safety.
Are we not? We're in danger?
So, do we
I kind of pick it up and I
No, I don't want
just
it.
hold it towards you.
Joe's like, no.
Fine. Joe like
It's all
holds
weird
it.
looking now.
Joe will take it from Felier.
It's fine. It'll be fine. This is how we get out.
Out of where?
Out of danger. Trust me.
I don't see any danger. We're just on a hill.
What do I do with it?
Are we gonna like sled down? Is that the plan?
Um,
We came from there, right?
So, Joe, you were tinkering with it when it started to unfold itself. Maybe some further tinkering
Okay.
would help you out. How do you
And I'm
tinker?
like, that's why I'm shoving it towards you. I'm like,
Does it have like any obvious plates or things that I could take apart?
It does. So the body of the spider thing is the watch, and it's kind of built this shell around it, and the pieces, almost like a puzzle box, keep switching and moving and expanding just a little bit as you're holding this. And in the time that it takes you to kind of investigate, the spider has doubled in size, but not in weight.
Okay, I guess we're gonna puzzle box this bitch.
So I'm gonna have you roll sharp again. Mare, Tom, and Faye, can I have you also roll sharp, but for different reasons?
Oh.
Mm. Nope.
Mare.
There we go. That's how you get experience.
Mare and Tom, I'm so sorry, but you are way too enamored with whatever Joe is trying to get done or overcome by the vertigo. There's a lot going on. And for
Almost
whatever
seems
reason,
like that thing is getting bigger.
you don't notice. However, Faye, you do, at first it starts as a hum. You feel this hum kind of traveling under your feet. And it begins to build, and it's matching kind of the sway and movement of whatever it is that you're on. And as you kind of zero in on that sound, you notice that several yards from you, the grass is beginning to split a little bit, and it looks a terrible lot like a mouth.
great. Do I sense that we should vamoose pronto or?
You are not certain. You definitely feel that, like that rabbit standing in the grass, not sure where the enemy is. But you are also among the coils of this pasture.
Okay, so I'll sort of start looking a bit more animalistic. Eyes start glowing. They change. They look like snake eyes. I'm just ready. I'm ready to pounce.
Do you tell anybody else?
I'm hoping my aura will change enough that people know that get the fuck
I think
ready.
you're overestimating how
Something.
perceptive we all are.
Tom, you don't notice at all. Your failure was so failed that you're just like, oh, Joe, I'm here for.
Yeah.
Mayor,
I like when Joe does stuff.
Mayor, it would take you some time, but if you so chose, you could notice. Faye, Mao joins you, like in kind of like a uncomfortable, like insecure sort of like, what are you looking at? What's out there? And you kind of get the idea that Mao is trying to use your focus to focus herself. Like she needs like something to zero in on to not be freaked out by what's going on.
Yeah, I think Mare is just in full ADHD mode and isn't really noticing either.
Okay.
I think she's right there with Tom.
What a good party we are.
So, Joe, you have been fidgeting with this, and it takes more time than is necessary as you're kind of working your way through. As puzzle boxes go, you've found yourself in a couple of dead ends and have had to back out. But eventually, the box begins to unfold, the legs of the spider almost taking a frame, and you find that yourself having to move pieces around, almost like you're putting like those sliding traffic games.
Yeah.
With the little blocks and stuff, and you find yourself having to Tetris these pieces around to fit this frame that the spider is giving you. But during the time that you are working on this, that rumble begins to grow, and Faye and Mao both see this mouth that has opened up in the grass begins to lift, and the grass falls in front, like as this it inverts itself, becoming more of a 3D object, the grass falling in front of its mouth looking like teeth, and this massive serpent of moss and grass and tree rises up, its hoods opening like a cobra would, and all you hear, and you guys hear Mao, but you don't, Mare and Tom, you don't really realize what's going on. Like what Joe is doing is so hypnotic.
It's like an earthquake machine, right?
Mare's
Yeah.
just
That's what this
fixated.
is. Mhm.
Mao says, well, shit. And looks at Faye like, what are we gonna do?
And I turn to Mao and I go, get ready.
What?
Loud enough
Oh,
for everyone
hey.
to hear me.
That's a big snake. Where did that come from?
Shh.
There's a snake?
Get
Holy
ready.
Yes, snakes go, but where did it come from?
Mao's too hyperfixated to answer your question, because as you're questioning its existence, you can tell that it's getting ready to strike. Faye, you have you get to attack first with Mao, since you both are waiting for this to come.
Mhm.
But it's going to lunge at you. You just get to have the first whoop-pow.
Pow. So I get to attack
Let's see if the
first.
dice agree with you that it's a whoop-pow instead of a
save
womp
us.
womp.
It's true. Depending on what you would like to do is what dice you'll use.
Do I have some magic I can literally pull out my arse and whack against this thing?
You sure do. Roll weird.
Mhm. Let's go for that.
What sort of magic are you putting out of your, stuff?
Let's see. Make success. Okay, good.
So something just goes a little bit weird or wrong with your magic casting. You can pick a glitch, it doesn't quite work the way you want, or there's side effects. but you get to tell me what you do.
So I want to kick some fake snake ass. Ugh. Okay, I'll flap my wings and try and do like a sonic boom its way. You get to choose what goes wrong.
Wing attack. Gotcha.
Sounds like you're really using guile on this one.
Sorry, can you say that
Yes.
one more time? You broke up a little bit and my brain couldn't piece it together.
So I'm flapping my wings furiously and hoping for a sonic boom sort of attack. And you get to choose what goes wrong.
All right. So you get to go and do your sonic boom attack, and the boom does damage to this snake. You can see bits and pieces that have been broken off of it. However, the boom comes back to you and
Right.
knocks you back to the ground, and you will take 1 damage for your fall.
Okay. So 1 harm. Ow.
Mao is also going to try and attack, but does not, and instead gets whacked back towards Joe, sliding in the grass. The dragon lunges at all of you for the most part.
Whoa, it's a dragon now?
Not sorry,
I
not
thought it
dragon,
was
giant
snake.
serpent. It's a snake. You're right. My brain is
I've
just
hit
spitting words out.
unstable. Just so you know, I've hit unstable.
Oh no!
You've
Okay.
taken that much
Ah.
damage?
Okay,
Ah,
No
last
heal.
time, did we?
we did it.
Hey, we should have used my hammer space. I have an infirmary.
No. Like idiots, we didn't.
We just went forward.
Oh no.
All right. Faye, I believe that I need you to roll tough for me.
Oh, please, 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 please. I can't die on episode 3.
You're not dying. You're just unstable.
So
Aren't we all?
you are so tired and so weak that you're brought to your knees, but you don't pass out.
Okay.
Angel down.
Angel down.
Can Mare use one of her moves to help out?
Which move? Probably.
The big entrance.
Okay. Where on earth?
Now that
Oh.
she's aware of what's going on.
Let me see real quick.
But we're aware of the giant snake.
So the snake, yes, you can, but you have to wait for the snake's turn.
Okay.
And then after that, you can make your big entrance. So the snake is going to open its maw and kind of like drop down on you. This first attack misses, however, and but it sends ripples out in this area, and you guys are all kind of knocked prone, except for Faye, who's already down.
Now get an attack.
Mao did get an attack, but Mao did not successfully attack and
Poor
got
Mao.
whacked really
I
hard.
can fly. Do I get knocked down even though I'm not actually standing on the ground?
Tom, I believe you don't get knocked down.
Yay.
I get
Mare,
knocked down. When
you
I get up
made
You
again.
get up again.
I was
Yeah.
literally about to say that.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
I'm pretty predictable once you get to know me.
Mare, you can do your big entrance now if you'd like.
Yeah, I think Mare's gonna turn to, do the classic turn to smoke and ravens and bats and just this cloud of angry goth girl, and come swooping in and making howling noises, and I don't know, my brain's not working well enough to come up with some sort of heroic speech, but whatever she says, it sounds super awesome and heroic. and just tries to get the attention of this thing.
All right.
Let's see if I mean, with the way that I'm using this, no matter what I roll, it's gonna succeed for what I'm trying to do. But let's see which one it is.
Okay.
Do the thing. There we go. 9. So you pick one creature to stop, watch, and listen until you finish talking, which is perfect. I just want this giant snake thing.
So the snake has plunged into the depths of grass and wiggly stuff and has risen back up to see you as this ephemeral, smoky figure. And you do successfully capture its attention. And like a snake charmer, it just sits and watches you, or like a snake charmed by the charmer.
Okay.
Tom, what would you like to do?
I am going to try to reverse attack our angel friend.
Okay,
I'm going to try to heal her by hurting myself.
perfect.
Bitch.
Oh,
Because I'm like, what am I going to do with the giant snake? She's the animal person. So I'm going to like see if I can't do that.
I
Pour essence into her.
believe that's weird.
I think it's real weird.
That's
So
very weird.
Let's get
Sounds
weird.
to me. There we go. Mixed success. So I've already described it as a mixed bag because I get hurt and she gets healed, and I think
Perfect.
that's pretty
So-
fine. And
How much do you hurt yourself to heal Faye?
let's see. 2. 2 should do it.
All right. So make sure you mark that harm. Faye, you are healed for 2, and you are
That's my normal
reinvigorated.
attack range as well, so that makes sense.
so that would take me from
4 to 2.
this thing is being really annoying. Yeah. So 5 out of 7. I think I did it right. I think I did it right.
Yeah, that looks
I think I did.
correct.
It's right now, yeah.
So, Joe,
Who is cradling her new puzzle box as she gets knocked down. This is
Right.
priority.
so the puzzle box has taken on size and a life of its own, but it does kind of tip over with you. But as you have spent the time putting this in, it begins to become clear what this watch is turning into, and it looks an awful lot like a door.
Oh my god, I knew it.
It will take you one more turn to finish the puzzle box so that it is a working door.
Okay, I'm like, I've almost got it. We're almost, yeah, just this and then that, and then
Okay, so
Joe
Faye,
probably doesn't even notice the snake.
it's just like hyper fixated. Faye, it is now your turn again.
I will get back up. And now I'm royally pissed.
You okay down there?
Yeah.
And I'm
Did
just
I-
making this horrendous hissing, growling sound.
I think I broke her.
And I'm doing it at the fake snake.
Snake.
Yeah, at the fake.
Snake.
And I'm
No.
gonna razor whip its ass.
Snake?
Okay. Roll
don't
to
know why
kick
that
some
did
ass for your razor whip.
Kick some ass. Come on, come on, come on. Of course, of bloody.
So
What, I slapped myself with the face? What?
so you go to strike at this creature is still enamored by Mare. Its eyes are not on you, but you go to use your whip thinking that you have advantage here, and the snake's tail flips up and catches your whip, and your whip has wrapped around the edge of its tail, and it yanks you and throws you across the grass, narrowly missing Joe. And you take an additional point of damage.
Oh no.
There goes that plan.
Mao is taking the time to get up, and from, albeit seemingly nowhere, because this gun could not have fit in her little tiny rabbit backpack, she's pulled out a shotgun.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Did she steal Joe's shotgun?
I mean, if Joe was paying attention, she might fall a little in love.
2d6 plus.
No.
Why can I not? I have to actually make Mao a character sheet because that's not working out for me.
Yeah.
Mao misses. Unfortunately, her shot going wide and just a little bit of the spray bouncing off of the snake itself. The snake's turn is missed because the snake is still enamored with Mare. It is now Mare's turn.
Okay. Now that I've made this incredible heroic speech, something about
Not our angel.
I was gonna say something about the cliche of being the darkness rather than just being born in the darkness or something like that.
Should also work snake in the grass in there.
Yes, low down, dirty grass snake in the grass. I'm gonna do something I'm not very good at, and I'm gonna try to use my whip on this thing.
All right, roll to kick some ass.
Because we established nobody has any tough here.
Yeah,
I think it's
-1.
wonderful.
I mean,
All
Joe
made
has
of
some tough.
paper. We're just little paper.
Oh,
No!
God.
Oh my god!
Would everybody be okay considering how poorly
Yes.
we're doing? Using a D6? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. That's what they're for.
It's a 6.
Oh my god.
Did nothing.
I'm so sorry, Raven. So you whip out this awesome whip, and for just a moment you feel like the coolest badass in this plane. But your movement has snapped the snake out of its trance, and you go to whip it, and it does this kind of like dodge
I don't whip
thing.
it good.
You don't whip it good. It does this dodge thing and then twists its body and slams the front side of its body against you, throwing you also into the dirt, narrowly missing Joe, and you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Tom?
Question.
Yes.
Is that ignore armor or is it just regular harm?
It would be regular harm.
Okay, then I'm good.
Tom, it is your turn.
Well, so I've just healed our angel friend who immediately got, boom, 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 right back. And I saw Mare do not amazing. So I'm like, oh God, I guess it's up to me. And I'm going to use luck because, we have to succeed and I'm also terrible at tough. So I am going to fly around and punch it in the eye.
Okay.
I love it.
Can I have you roll kick some ass for me for punching it in the eye?
Just for funsies, because it's a 12. I'm going to use luck.
Oh, okay. I got you. Sorry.
I'll roll it just for the hell of it. That's fine.
Watch, you're gonna get a 12.
Yeah. Oh, the
Nope.
5. So that's
No.
good. That would have leveled me up again, but I don't think that's what we want right now. So it's a 12. I'm going to hit it for
Excellent.
2. I'm going to heal for 2. I think that's how it works, at least.
The snake is going to screech and recoil from you, plunging back into the depths of the grass, but you could definitely see it almost like a shark fin moving through the dirt. around you. At this time, Joe, the door puzzle box thing that you've been working on, the last piece finally clicks into place. The door stands upright on its own, and with a hiss and a click, the lock undoes itself, and the door can now be opened.
I'm not allowed to open doors. And also, I don't want to open doors. Joe's just like finally looks back, sees like everyone like toppled over, and is like, wait, what?
So Joe has this door standing up. Clearly, there is nothing on either end of this door, but it's this beautiful, brassy, very clockworky looking door. I believe that it would be Faye's turn to do an action. So
Angel,
you
I
can
made the door.
So I'm getting back up again. Who's near me?
You have Mao, who's trying to reload a shotgun, Mare, and Joe. Tom is wherever Tom wants to be, since he did such an excellent kablamo.
Well, I'll grab Mare and Mao by the back of the neck, with a scruff of the neck, like, and then I'll just yell out, "Quickly through the door, now!" And I'll start dragging these two towards the door.
That doesn't go anywhere.
It will now. Quickly go.
You want me to
Go.
Ah!
Go.
I
So-
shouldn't. Don't make me open doors.
Is Joe the one that throws the door open, or is it Faye?
This is
I'm
important.
gonna keep marching towards it, and I'm gonna
Okay, I'm opening the
body slam
door.
her through it. I'll body slam all three of us through it.
So the door flings open. You, Mao, Mare, and Joe all go tumbling into what is inevitably, definitely something on the other side of the door. Joe, can you give me some buzzwords for how you were feeling as you opened this doorway?
Panicked, confused, upset.
I'm going to come back to this. Tom, you've heard Faye, you've seen your compatriot stumble through this doorway.
From
The
my point of
snake
view,
is-
they vanish, yes?
Pretty much, yeah. You can see like a sliver of the top of the door, but since you were up here where the snake was, you're having a hard time. It just looks like they fell into a seam somewhere.
Yeah, so I'll be like, no, don't leave me alone. And I'll dive towards the door.
Perfect. The door comes into full view. You guys make it through the doorway. You see the snake coiling up in the gateway of this, moss, grass, and saliva dripping out of its mouth, and the door shuts itself on its own, folding back in on itself and turning back into this watch.
I missed
Joe.
it. Did I make it?
You did make
Okay,
it.
good.
Joe,
I was hoping he'd make it. I can't get everyone.
can you tell me of a time or a memory that Joe has where she felt this exact same way?
Yeah, probably. The first time she tumbled back out of the dream, probably back into her workshop or wherever she lived, the first time she dreamed, because she was like so confused and upset and running and afraid, and then she would have tumbled back into reality, but it probably would have been her workshop.
So for this, you guys have all stumbled into the darkness. The door slams shut, and almost at a distance, like a room with a spotlight turning on ahead of you, this light rocking back and forth, illuminating what Joe's workshop used to look like.
Which
This
is
wouldn't.
different.
It's a little bit different. Maybe the dimensions are a little bit different, but it almost looks like a stage set. Like everything else is darkness with this one light hanging above this workshop. And as you get closer to it, it feels even more like a set, like cardboard walls and plastic tools. And you show up in this, and the I guess I should ask, do you actually approach your workshop or do you do something else? Yes.
If we do approach, oh, sorry, go ahead, Nina.
I was just going to say, if we tumbled through, first thing I check is everyone here.
Yes, everybody's there.
I'm like,
Mal takes a moment to throw up. This whole thing has been very uncomfortable, and she's just like, "Oh."
Was that a snake? What?
it wasn't a real one.
I don't know. It felt
My
pretty
watch
real.
turned into a door, and now it's a watch again. That door didn't lead anywhere. Where are we?
It was scary. I thought I wasn't gonna make it for a second there.
Joe's gonna like poke at her watch that's on the ground.
The watch
I'll turn
doesn't
to Tom and go, thank
Put it
you.
back on.
Thank you.
I'll like try to also, and then our arms go through each other.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, Spirit.
And like
And I'll turn to Joe and I go, you did it.
What?
Thank you. You opened the door. Thank you.
I mean, kind of.
And you turn the watch into a doorway. That's pretty cool.
I don't really understand how that worked.
That is some next level science stuff. Like not even Elon Musk could do that.
I don't know who that is.
He invented stairs or something. I forget.
So is that like some sort of like clockwork power or something like? And
That
you
has
just said-
never happened before.
It's really cool. Anyways, yeah, what was that? It hurt, and she looks at Faye and goes, and we really need to talk about you like grabbing my hood and dragging me places.
We didn't have time to waste. I'm really firm, and then I go.
Life.
Then I look like a puppy, and I go, I'm sorry.
That's adorable.
So I switch from really firm to suddenly going, I'm sorry. Big eyes. My eyes get bigger.
Oh my god!
As
that's
much as I'm
adorable.
just like, oh, Mare's expression does not change. she's just like, it's fine, it's whatever. Just like, most of the time I can still move. Like, just say, hey, move, and I'll move. And then if I don't move, then grab the hood.
I just suddenly look more cute, like a kitten.
They're just like awkwardly
Don't you like got any
pats
treats?
Faye on the head, just like pat.
I guess.
Bear's just confused.
So if Joe has noticed now her workshop, she'll probably head towards it.
Hey,
in
are
a
we
bit
back
of-
here?
in a bit of a skip rush,
This doesn't look the same.
and immediately go for something that's hanging on the wall, snatch it off, and shove it in her jumpsuit.
Okay, so you're standing in your shop, and you grab a thing and shove it in your. Are you doing this action so quick that you wouldn't realize some very specific things about this?
Probably.
All right.
Oh, no.
So you just shove these tools in your.
Oh no, it's a picture.
Oh, a picture. I got you. So you've put this picture away,
It's a picture that she knows is not supposed to be there anymore.
Gotcha.
Is it a dirty picture? This is not fake. This
David
is
Hasselhoff.
maybe
David
me,
Hasselhoff.
not fake.
That's funny. So you get that all taken care of. That's the first thing you do. Your shop seems to be a little bit more spaced out. And it is exactly how you used to have it, but it's definitely not what you left it as.
So is this the same shop that I share with her, or is this like a different shop that she used to have before going?
I think
where
Joe
I
would
hang
be
out.
able to answer that.
It's a different shop.
Mhm.
The room is different. Oh, some of the things are the same, but the
Yeah.
room is different.
This looks super weird. Where's all my stuff?
Oh, by the way, I leveled up
Yay!
in the last fight. So
Yay!
Yeehaw!
Yay!
Are you
Ooh.
gonna increase your tough?
I was gonna take another divine move.
Ooh, what are you
Also
thinking
good.
about?
I was gonna take, I think, lay on hands.
That
We're
seems really
all made
useful.
of paper. We're all made of paper. So.
Joe's fine. Joe's good.
I'm already
Yeah.
dead.
I guess like if Tom is asking questions, Joe will just be like, "We should probably just rest. This seems a good place as any."
Mare just sort of like dusts off her cloak, but is like, I'm fine.
Mao is unceremoniously digging through all of your things.
I have I have first aid kits. Where did I keep them? Where did I keep them back then?
I mean, they'd usually be here, but they're not now. Because
Yeah, I know. I know, Tom. I know. Oh yeah. Check the fridge.
oh, there's a fridge now.
And I
Keep
assume
medkits
that
in the
being
fridge.
You want them nice and cold. What you want your cold pack to be warm? It doesn't work like that. It's not smart.
The fridge doesn't even work.
Yeah,
Mare's just
it's a
like,
prop, right?
I-
It's not real.
Yeah.
So
So when you go, like, if you go to open the fridge, like, you find out that the door has absolutely no substance. And when you touch the texture of anything in here, it feels like cardboard or like foam board.
the heck is wrong with this place? Everything is weird.
Hmm.
I'll keep trying to open the. I can't open the. I'll try to open other stuff.
Nothing opens.
Ah, nuts! I'm back at the start. Ah. I'll just start pacing and I'll start humming the 90210 theme.
Okay.
I think
Uh,
Faye's gonna say, I need to regain my strength. And then sort of her eyes will glaze over and it looks like she's sort of meditating-ish.
All right. We will come
I'm
back to that because
hoping this will heal me.
I've got some things to add to your meditation. Mare, what are you doing with this?
So Mare's just standing like really confused for a little bit, and then like looks over at Faye and sees the like eyes glazed over thing, and just does the whole like waving her hand in front of Faye's face for a minute. It's like, okay. Yeah, where are we? She asks again to know what in particular.
This looks like my old shop before I moved.
So we're back in the city.
Well, considering that Tom seems to think that everything's made of cardboard or
I can't
nothing's
open
working,
anything.
I would
Um,
say no.
Mare's
Is
gonna
it where
walk
you
over
wanted to go? To the place where you were before you met me?
What? No, Tom, no. I don't know what's going on. And I'm freaking out.
You
Mare's
promise?
gonna walk over
I
to the
promise, Tom.
fridge and just punch it.
It crumbles like punching a cardboard box.
Oh, wow, that was awesome. Can you break other stuff?
Um,
the
Just look
wall?
down
So
and
I
go,
think Joe like
It's
sees
just-
that and like takes out her pipe and just starts wailing on shit.
Yep, it's
Everything-
it's cardboard.
Everything except for the center table is made of cardboard or foam or plastic. It all very easily bends and crumples and falls apart. You do find that while taking your crowbar to the center table, that it hard like sorry, like boing, like jars your arms kind of thing, and that is definitely real. But everything else isn't, and as things start to crumble and topple over a little bit, the walls start to just like collapse as well, now that nothing in their set is holding them up, and you just have eventually this mess being spotlighted by this ambiguous light in the darkness.
Joe, after having her little tantrum, just kind of like,
Do you feel better now?
yep,
Good.
thank you.
Can I use the crowbar?
I don't know if it'll work, but you go to town, buddy.
I'm gonna try to just hold the crowbar and see if I can even hold it in this weird place where I can't open doors anymore.
You can hold the crowbar.
Well, this is a good start. And then I'm gonna also try to break something that isn't broken yet, like the trash can.
You are successfully able to fuck the trash can up.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
that, trash can.
We're having some anger therapy. 'Cause
I'll show you who can't open doors, and I'll try to open the door with the crowbar, just like as intended. To just
So, like inserting a crowbar into the side of a box, you punch this hole and then you rip it open, and it just goes. And like,
oh, that's why I can't open it. It's not a real door. I thought I was like losing all my ghost powers or something.
You do find something though when you rip open the fridge box. And it appears to be this funky little tunnel. Like when you kind of take a look in, it's dim lit. There looks like there's little stars on the walls. It's perfectly square and just big enough for everybody to crawl on hands and knees through.
there was not a tunnel in my fridge before.
That doesn't seem good. Like,
I think we should wait for Faye to recover.
So, Faye, during your meditation, you know that calling upon your boss often has some manner of repercussions. And you actually have 2 tallies that you owe your boss that they have not called upon.
Mm-hmm.
During your meditation and your healing, and we'll say that you are able to heal the rest of the way with your meditation as you need. But you are also graced with a vision, and you are brought back to this warm summer forest clearing. And this moat figure is standing there. And the moat figure gestures, and in the gesture, almost like you would imagine somebody rapidly painting something, light begins to form an image. And in the image, there is what looks to be like a Grecian picture. And you see the constellation for Aquarius. And you see the constellation kind of comes to life, picks up the picture and pours the picture out.
Constellation of Aquarius. So I can just see a constellation.
Yes, you see this Grecian picture. The artwork on the picture looks kind of familiar, but you haven't put 2 and 2 together yet. And Aquarius, the constellation, and the constellation, you know how like they connect the dots to make the constellation? The dots sort of like peel themselves off of the background, pick the pitcher up, and pour the water out.
Hmm. Okay.
So Faye's having a psychedelic trip.
This whole thing is a psychedelic trip, guys.
Oh no.
So,
we have a
I
clue.
have a semi-serious question.
Yes.
Because it's funny, but also legitimately is a question. Since there was time involved, and now there's this thing with Aquarius. Are we in the age of Aquarius?
You promised it was semi-serious, and you
It
lied.
is. Like, is it related to?
That was not serious at all.
Is it related to that? Like, have we gone back to ancient Grecian times or something?
As the DM, I'm not liable to answer that question.
Only I can see it, right?
Yes, only
Only I
Faye is
can
able
see.
to see this vision.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood
Sorry,
that. Never mind
it's
then.
for during her meditation as she's healing herself. She receives this vision from her deity, and this to be the task that is appointed in exchange for the help that they gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is just like a less sexy warlock.
But I just don't know what this task is. It's a clue.
Yes, it's a clue. Everything
You
is
gotta pour
riddles.
someone a drink. That's it.
Everything is riddles.
Something to do with water. Something
I
to
could
do
use a
with
drink.
And then your vision ends and you are fully healed. And you come back to the utter destruction of this shop.
Yeah.
During your destruction, Mao found like enough objects, like those little Kinder toys where you put the shapes in the same shape holes. She has found objects to do this with, and it's just like sticking things in things and playing with plastic screwdrivers while everybody else is taking their aggression out on this room. And with that, we're going to take a brief break and then come out and find out what you guys do next.
Awesome. Yeah, go stretch your legs, hydrate, grab some snacks, and
Ugh.
then come right back because we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
hope all of y'all's breaks were nice. Mine sure was. I stuffed my face with food and figured some stuff out. So we last left our characters sitting in a recreation of Joe's old workshop. Where everything was made of cardboard, plastic, and foam board. And Anina took some time to meditate and heal herself, and the rest of the party did some aggression therapy and beat the ever-loving shit out of this set. And in doing so, found a very strange tunnel leading from the cardboard fridge to somewhere else.
Faye, you want to?
So Faye comes out of her.
Cardboard?
Faye comes out of her meditation back to her normal state. She sees this mess and she's like, "Danger! Is there danger? Is there more danger?"
No,
No.
we're all good. You want to break some stuff? Is the crowbar? Everything is made of cardboard. Look, and I'll show
Except for
it.
the table.
Except the table. So don't
How
go for
can
the
I-
table. It won't break. I mean, unless you swing really hard. But no.
And I hold the crowbar. Not really sure what to do, and then I lick it.
Oh, that's not probably sanitary.
No, that's oh well.
Oh, that's really gross.
You can give that
And I
back
put
to
it
me.
down.
Why would you lick that, Faye?
I don't think she knows what it's for.
Not a real
It's okay.
crow. Did you think it was a crow? It's a crowbar.
Why would Faye lick a crow?
I don't know. She likes
I
animals.
wanted to know what it was.
It's a piece of metal.
Yeah, it's bent in a cool shape that helps you open up doors and boxes. And
Smash
it's also good
stuff.
for beating people up. But don't do that.
I just hand it to Joe.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll take that back. We also found a tunnel with stars in it.
Is there
That's the way
something
we
we
should
should be
go.
doing in this place? Like, this is like, is this important to you, Joe? Should we, like, did you bury some treasure?
This is just an old place full of bad memories, and I would rather move on if that's okay.
All right.
You said there were stars. Where?
Yeah, there's a tunnel in the fridge. Joe will like show her.
Does it lead to Narnia?
I'll head to the fridge.
The fridge is a crumpled cardboard box with the top part of it ripped open to expose this tunnel.
We're well-adjusted people.
I'll peek in and see if the constellation looks familiar.
You are unsure of the constellations that you might see. As you lean in and kind of take a look, you realize that this tunnel is velvet lined with rhinestones set in the walls. And part of the aesthetic feel, like, you recognize this, and it definitely looks like stars at a glance, and it looks very similar to this vision you've been given. But there, you cannot see the Aries constellation in it. Or, sorry, Aquarius constellation.
So I'll peek back out and go, I think we go this way.
We're gonna
All crawling, all right.
Okay.
I'll turn into a big rat.
Okay.
and crawl.
I'm not
Beat
gonna
up all
make
the
you
rats
roll
that are
for it.
already in there? Are there other rats in there? Can you like sense animals?
But she has already
Oh.
turned into a rat and cannot speak.
Right. Squeak once for yes.
Can I sense any? Rats?
You have a sense that there are living things, but you don't have a sense of what. They're very far away.
Okay. Beep beep.
Right. Looks like we're good.
Yeah.
Right. After you.
Okay.
Mayor's gonna do the whole smoke and bats and ravens thing and then go through.
No, you could just duck. We
No, Faye's the one who turns into animals.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn into a duck.
Hey, Mayor, how old are you exactly? You know, as we're crawling through the tunnel.
We all like crawl into the tunnel.
You could just float through.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the motions.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Tom wants to be involved.
Empathizing.
Exactly.
Mare very enigmatically just like looks back at Tom and says, "How old is the night?"
I mean,
And keeps going.
That's really old. Because, you know, I was wondering how you knew so many references from my time, you know? Batman, and now Narnia, and all that other stuff.
I spend a lot of time reading.
All right, so
Something of a history buff.
you're a library person. So you hogging all the books? Because they're super
Yes.
valuable where we come from.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to steal all your stuff when we get back, all right? Just so you know.
I mean, that would be theft, and that would be very bad, and I would have to, stop you.
All right, good luck. Good luck putting the cuffs on these. Hey. Oh no, a jail cell.
She just glares. Like, she's still smoke and bats and ravens and stuff, but in the middle of that cloud, there's just like two red eyes that just glare at you.
Joe
One
has a little
angry
snicker.
looking bat. One really pissed off looking bat.
Yeah.
That's like,
But yeah, Mayor will also say, or, you could ask politely and I could lend you books if you want to read them.
Well, no, I'm going to give them to other people.
They could also ask politely.
I mean, I don't know if they could. Have you met people? They're kind of jerks.
Yeah, this is why I don't interact with them very often.
Like if they knew that you had a bunch of books, they would just steal them.
Is this tunnel going anywhere?
It is going. It's like walking through, those like coil, like the kid tunnel toys, where it's the coil with the plastic fabric wrapped over it to create like those funky little, like
it's rings,
yeah.
right? And you can just
So as you're walking, it begins to turn into that, and almost like you're walking on a rope swing, like there's give to it, and it's kind of bouncy, and it twists and turns you, and it eventually comes to this funny little grate. The grate is very decor rather than practical, and it's made out of like what looks like sparkly resin a la the 90s kids clip-in hair toy things.
Another useless grate that is fancy.
Yes, just a different vibe.
One is gold and the other is 90s hair clips resin.
is my rat persona strong enough to like either break the grate or move it aside?
It is not.
Okay. I shall half transform back into my angel. So my arse end is still a rat.
Joe has to like back up like, oh, okay.
And then
You're like a rat centaur.
yeah, I'm rat arse.
This is terrible.
Sorry.
I'll take the grate off.
I love it.
right, new place.
So you are like, once you have kind of transformed and gathered your human strength for just a bit, you are able to jimmy. It takes some wiggling and some work, definitely a lot more than the last grate that you encountered. And it falls, but it doesn't really seem to obey the law of gravity that you would expect, because instead of falling down, it falls away from you.
Okay.
Are we still experiencing gravity?
And you are experiencing gravity relative to you.
Okay.
Is that supposed to happen?
I'll
Not
peek
in
into
normal
our
gravity.
I'll peek into our new entrance.
So the moment that you like kind of put your head out, the gravity is suddenly flipped on you, and Faye is like looks to Joe and Tom and Mare, like she just got sucked out of the tube, and you fall face first to a floor, and motion sickness hits you like a freight truck because it was not the gravity that you were expecting. It just turned 45 degrees.
Is Faye
Do I
still a
have time to
rat
get my
centaur?
wings out?
You can pull your wings out. I am going to need you to roll cool to do it in time to catch yourself.
Let's see if I have
And
any.
I
Let's see if I have
believe-
any grace.
I believe Faye is still a rat centaur.
Yes. With wings.
Maybe being the
ratar
rat
with wings.
centaur made her cooler somehow.
You are effectively able to whip your wings out and catch yourself.
Good.
And
So
as I
That would
land,
have been
my,
one too much bad luck, right?
as I land, my normal legs appear. And I land very gracefully.
Excellent. Do you warn the others at all?
Well, I'll turn and go. Watch out!
That's so vague.
You find that the room that you're in is so dark that you can only make out a faint outline of where the stars are. So while you can kind of see the edge of where you fell from, which is now above you, the others cannot see you. So you're just like,
Okay.
watch out.
What does that mean? Are you okay?
I'm fine. You'll just fall when you come through. I'll catch you
I can't even see where you are. Ugh.
right underneath you.
Okay, all right. Joe like cautiously like, oh, I don't want to like scoots her butt out. And
But first.
well, I mean, imagine her like putting her legs out to try and like jump down, but like she has no idea that the gravity's funky.
So you kind of orient yourself. The mental image is hilarious to me.
Yeah, arse first.
You scoot out. And the moment that you get your asset out of this area, gravity switches on you, and you too suddenly are falling back towards Faye. Faye, can I have you roll tough to catch her?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Best roll.
Oh no!
I'm crying.
So you like open your arms out to catch her. You know where she's going to be, and just she's just suddenly so much heavier than you anticipated, and you both just like wings knocked out of you, hit the floor again.
So,
Oh no!
Like lands on her.
Yes.
I like that we moved from like life-threatening danger to this.
slapstick.
Oh, just you wait.
So can I like figure out that gravity was wonky?
Probably. It doesn't make sense to why it wouldn't obey the rules that it like that you logically have set, but yes, you would know that somehow the center of gravity would have changed. And when you sit up from having the wind knocked out of you, it's like just like somebody just tilted your world 45 degrees, and like I don't know if you guys get motion sickness on roller coasters, but it's kind of like that, like where you did not move in a way that you expected to move, and now your equilibrium's like, whoa. But as you recognize that everything looks, right. I mean, looks as far as like just yourself, because visibility is very low. That vertigo goes away, and you are able to deduce that this is what it is.
I think gravity turned sideways. Tom, can you help Mare down? Is that
I
a thing you
guess.
can do?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I am dizzy.
Mare's just moving right ahead without any help.
Oh,
She is.
I'll
she's
try to
smoke.
get there to like hold on to you or something, but I think you're faster, so you just hop
Yeah, Mare's just doing the like smoke thing out, and then just reforms in the superhero landing pose. Cloak billowing out as she falls.
right. You're smoke. Right.
Well,
Joe.
she's safe, so I did
Could
it.
you get off me, please?
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Do you
And
need me
like
to
Joe
roll to
scrambles
to
off.
see if she sticks the landing or not?
Yes, will you roll to stick your landing?
It's either gonna look super badass or super horrible.
I'm so excited.
Super badass,
Yay!
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll
the
just-
one knee and fist
Yeah.
hitting the ground, looking down and then slowly looking up. The whole deal.
And all you see is Joe scrambling off of Faye.
So you stick your landing, and all of you are safe. And then all of a sudden, you guys hear like a yelp and a clatter as Mao falls behind you all.
Oh no, Mao!
Mao stands up and like kind of sways. And now that you are all here, almost like the dramatic lighting of like a cinematic work of art just like flicks on of wum as these torches light up, revealing this area that you're in. And it looks like Sanrio, Hello Kitty, and the 90s vomited on everything. Like the pillars are like this black velvet with the stars stuck to them. You have like there's this very long table where all the dishes are cast in glitter resin, and ahead of you is this smorgasbord of food, like the most beautiful, delicious food you have ever seen. It's like the most perfect cakes with like lumps of frosting, and as soon as the lights come on, the smell hits you, and it just is heaven for somebody that loves any kind of food: confectionery, sugar, sweets, fruit. I mean, there's not a lot of meat and there's not a lot of vegetables, but there's everything else there. And everything looks like it's glazed in some perfect coating of sugar. Everything is shiny. And Anina, Faye sees at the end of the table this chalice, this pitcher of water that she saw in her vision. But it's raised on a dais and does not match the aesthetic of the rest of the room.
This another room from your past, Joe? This where you grew up?
Nope. And Joe's
that's
got
good.
like suspicious fry eyes.
Anybody else?
I go over to the chalice, and I'm trying to sense if it's trapped or anything.
Can I have you roll weird for this sensing?
Sure. My
Mare
angel
surprisingly
senses.
is looking around like she's in
Prickling.
heaven, by the way.
Oh, good. You do get the sense that there is magic everywhere in this room. And it's the kind of magic that smells really sweet, but it's, that when somebody sprays cologne over a bad smell kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as you kind of reach out for this chalice, there's like a vibration response to you and this chalice, and it kind of makes the air wiggle around it. Sorry, not chalice, it's a pitcher. And as you're standing there, you don't know if it's really trapped or not, but you could probably put two and two together that it's probably trapped. But you recognize the carvings on the side of this pitcher.
Okay.
They look like woodland animals running through a forest.
Oh, it's Faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like a bowl.
Yes. And it looks like they're made out of the same material too.
Okay, I go. We need this. But something might happen when I touch it.
Something?
You want me to touch it?
You want to elaborate?
I don't know. I think something's off. But we need this.
I mean, besides the entire banquet table of confectionaries.
Yeah, the mayor
So
said
we
us to
need
get
to,
food,
like-
and we finally got some.
Is it like a pressure plate type thing? Do we need to like
Oh.
put something of the same weight in its place?
I'm not sure. But I know we need this picture. There's a lot of magic here.
Is the food safe, do you think? Because it looks really good.
I don't think it is.
Mao gently puts a cupcake back down on the plate.
Whatever you would be like.
I was just gonna turn them out and say, oh, yeah, okay, you got it.
If I
Ah.
touch it, is everyone ready?
Do you have to touch it?
Why do you
Should we
have to
pick it
touch
up?
it?
Yeah.
We need it.
Right, but there's other ways for us to
It was
pick
in my vision.
Oh, you're having visions now.
That's not usually a good
Yes.
sign, of mental health.
All
The
right.
message is from my
Your
From
what? Your
your.
dad, your mom, your Uncle Aaron.
no, from the creator.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take out my shotgun.
So I still want to
We
say
need
we
this.
could pick it up with like a stick or something. We could put it to the handle and then lift it up like that, and then we're safe. We got the picture. We'll.
I
wave
do have
back.
that crowbar still.
See, there you go. You want to use the crowbar to pick it up? Don't lick it.
If you'd like to try.
I'm not touching
a-
anything that you think is magic trapped.
I
I'll
have a
do
grappling
it.
hook.
That might break the picture though, right? Because it's a gun.
I didn't think wasn't gonna like shoot it at it. I was just gonna like take it off and
Tom,
hook it through.
how about you try?
Yeah, I'll use I'll use it. I'll take the crowbar, and I'll just like hook it in there. There we go.
And you lift it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, here we go.
You guys are all standing around in suspense, waiting for something to happen as you pick up this pitcher. And at first, nothing does.
All right.
Oh no.
I think we're good.
I'll take the picture from Tom and I'll put it into my wrist. Just disappear into my wrist.
Okay. When you pick up the pitcher, you do realize that the pitcher is full of a substance or a liquid.
Oh, okay.
Heroin.
Okay. I'll
Here we
take the
have it.
bowl out then.
Do you you can pour it out or you can put it back in your arm to access later. It's your call.
I'm still holding the picture. I'll take my bowl out from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your soup bowl. Is it soup?
And I'll just pour a little bit in.
So the water, it pours out looking like water, but the moment that it touches your bowl, it looks like mercury. and the mercury kind of sloshes and splashes around. And it doesn't take much to fill the bottom of the bowl. And you kind of like, you're like, blip, with just a little bit of water, and you watch, and the mercury forms a mirror-like surface. And in the mirror-like surface, you see your happy forest place for just a moment, and then hands, like disembodied hands moving like serpents or snakes or worms or something, crawl up from the ground and obscure the surface of this mercury. And these hands look monstrous, long fingernails, broken, dirt, chipped. And they start to peel the water apart, or the mercury apart, and you can see the bottom of the bowl, and these fingers start showing up through the bowl trying to grab at you.
Oh God.
What do you do?
I'll make the picture disappear into my hand because I was holding bowl and picture, so the picture disappears. I'm holding bowl. Okay, sorry, my internet went. There we go. Holding bowl. I'm going
you sounded
to.
like a drunk robot. It's okay.
It's very entertaining.
We could still understand you, which is probably what matters.
Yeah. I'm going to try and shove it into my arm as well, into my wrist as well. See what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have you roll weird for me, just in case something weird might happen?
I do
Oh,
not
something
belong to
weird
the
about
playbook.
the mercury arms that she shoves into her own existence.
Pocket dimension.
Lots of pocket dimensions.
Next success. 7.
Yeah. So you are able to push the bowl into your arm, but several droplets of the mercury water spill out, splashing across the ground. And for as far as you can tell, they've turned back to clear liquid, and they're just like little dark spots on the ground. And the crisis has been averted for now.
What was that?
And why did you shove it in your arm?
I'm storing it for later.
Right.
Later
But
what?
it's a scary monster. When are we going to need one of those?
No, I was storing the bowl.
Oh, the bowl. All right. What about the stuff in the bowl that's trying to kill you?
It's gone.
Can it? Is it? Oh, all right.
Gone where?
Are we going by the like, if I can't see it, it can't see me, doesn't exist logic?
It was touched by the divine. It's gone. I think you used the word dead.
Right.
All right.
And
Glossing
then I'll
what?
touch the water droplet on the floor just to check that.
It is for sure a
That's
water
all.
droplet. I mean, for
Right.
now.
We're gonna gloss over whatever that means, but why was that important? And what do we do now?
We eat. I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Do we take the food, or is it gonna grow hands that kill us?
I've never had much of a sweet tooth.
I
Yeah, I don't
wouldn't
think this is
touch
exactly
it
what the mayor
just
meant
in
when he
case.
wanted us to get food.
And Faye seems to think it's dodgy.
I'll poke one of the things.
Like gross legs.
So when you poke it, do you just like poke the thing so that it doesn't really do anything, or do you poke it hard enough to leave a dent in it?
Yeah, I'm gonna just put my finger in it,
Oh God!
All right.
it's gonna wake up.
It's gonna be rotting.
remembering that I'm a ghost, so it doesn't,
So you poke this, and there, for all intents and purposes, is nothing wrong with the food. And Mao's watching this, and Mao pokes the cupcake that she had in her hands earlier also, and just like squeak, 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 kind of like pokes at it. And there's whipped cream on her finger, and she looks at it. And she's like, "I want to lick it so bad. Can I lick it, please? I'm so hungry."
Can Mare also inspect this magically to see if there's anything wrong with it?
Yeah, you can roll weird for it.
All right. Just gonna give it a try. It's a mixed success.
You get the same vibe that Faye did, where you like the room is ridiculously layered in magic. And everything smells so sweet, but it's like the kind of sweetness that covers up something awful.
Okay.
What if we take
Yeah.
the food, go to the next room, and see if it's still weird? You know, maybe it'll look different.
Very next room?
I mean, there has been so far. You think this is it? You think we're here?
Mare is also going to share that same information, by the way. That yeah, this food seems weird. There's like a doorway or a hall or something out of this room. Yeah.
You cannot tell yet. You've not investigated the room far enough to see what entrances or exits there are.
Okay. Then yeah, Mare's going to grab one of the cupcakes and just yeet it at the wall as hard as she can.
I mean, that's one way to check.
Love it.
I love you guys. So this cupcake obliterates against the wall. And it looks like a cupcake. It looks like you just yeeted a real ass cupcake against the wall, like frosting and bits stuck to the wall, and like the majority of it just like hits the ground. And Mao gives you the saddest look, like, does that mean we can eat it?
I mean, it looks like a cupcake. I'm just, experimenting here, but I really thought something was gonna like jump out of that or something. I don't know. It still feels off. Like I'm not gonna eat it, even though it does look really good.
Maybe it only tastes weird.
Can I have y'all roll sharp for me?
Sure.
I was just gonna say I kind of want to read a bad situation.
I do want to level up. Thank you.
Oh,
There we
great.
go. Level up.
I'm one away from leveling up again.
Yay!
Joe.
All right, so Mare and Paladin, you don't see or notice anything. Faye and Joe, like you guys are standing here watching this whole thing play out. And Faye, you for sure know that something's not right. And Joe, for all intents and purposes, this is wrong. It's been wrong since the beginning. But what feels even more wrong is there's this chill that settles on your skin. It makes your skin prickle, and you hear a very uncomfortable sound of what almost feels like metal against stone scrabbling like claws. And at the moment, it looks like, or it sounds like it's at a distance, that there might be things between you and whatever this is, but it is steadily growing.
We got incoming problems, I think, guys.
Yes. I can feel it too.
Is it
we need-
diabetes?
We need to find a way out of here.
So I'll
I think
start
so.
investigating a route out.
Yeah, I'm assuming like Faye and Joe like split off to go look.
I'm not going to make you
Mare-
roll for it. Sorry, go on.
Mare just sort of starts doing the like standing in place, like the stroking the chin type, contemplating. Goes, something that we haven't thought about. All of this food is fresh, so who made all of this? And why would they leave it here?
As a treat.
Oh, that's trap.
People like baking. It's normal.
Wasn't there some old story about some kids in a house made out of cake or
Gingerbread.
something?
Yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah.
kids, those jerks, they just bothered that old lady and they stole all of her stuff and they broke her home. And then she caught him and she put him in a thing to hold him for the police. And then they broke out and killed her. Real cautionary tale about, not being involved with kids.
So
I don't think that was the moral of the story, but
I'm
go
pretty
ahead,
sure it
Joe.
was. I was there.
I'm just gonna look around.
Yeah, do we sense anything?
you your sensations don't really change. That bad vibe is growing a little bit, but for the most part you don't sense much. What you do find is there at one end of the room, opposite of where you would walk down from, there are two it's like a very large ornate double doors, and near the table at the other end of the room where you had been, there is another velvet lined tunnel with the stars super glued to the velvet. And this one isn't covered by the same resin grate. Instead, it seems to be adorned by this resin glitter motif around the edges of it.
I am getting a knock on the door.
You're
On
gonna
my
knock
actual,
on.
I'm getting an actual knock on my actual. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
The actual-
Sorry.
Go take care of the door.
I was like, what's on the other side of the door? What just happened? Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna rip the so the doors in this.
So
So the doors are dawned, or there's a grate as well.
your Drek robot voice made that really hard. So
I'm back.
you're in a hot dog long room, and the table's on one side of the room. You fell down in the other, and and then on the opposite side of where you had walked, you find the double doors.
Yeah.
Near the table, where you had been, up against that wall is like a human-sized can walk through tunnel that has the same motif of what you fell out of earlier.
Okay.
Does the noise get louder at this end of the room?
Door. Someone check the door. I'll check this.
The sound does not change depending on where in the room you are. It just gets steadily louder. So who's
Someone
at the...
check the door.
I'll check the door because I'm checking stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I'll check the grate thing, the tunnel.
So the tunnel isn't covered this time. You can just kind of pull up and look into it. And it goes for a distance and turns to the side, and you can't see, but you can tell that it is definitely a tunnel way out of here. At least you think so. I mean, who knows? There could be a dead end. When you go and check out the door is fairy glitter cutesy My Little Pony Lisa Frank styled panels.
Oh my god, I love it.
I would die happy in this place.
Right?
Do you try and open the door? Do you wait?
I'd probably listen at the door.
I'll be at the little thing and I'll go, I have a good feeling about this tunnel.
All right, in the tunnel we go.
The
Don't
door
stand near the scary door, Joe. Come on.
the door has a light vibration to it.
I'll just say, I have a good feeling about this tunnel.
Okay, I'm leaving the door.
But does the door have good vibes or bad vibes?
The whole room has bad vibes now. Just bad vibes.
Joe doesn't like doors anyway.
Are there any?
I'll be by the tunnel and wait for. I'm kind of shepherding people in,
Okay.
waiting.
So
I'll go last.
I have a question before
yes.
we leave this room. Are there any cookies or brownies or even like packaged little Debbie snack type cakes on the table?
Yes, 100%. But like luxury Debbie style cakes.
Okay, but like they have like wrappings on them, right?
No.
Everything's unwrapped, open. There are like cake tins, like things that are set in cake tins, and there's like super ornate lids, so you could just pop one of those on top.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll grab a tin of little cakes, pop
I
the lid on and
slap
take
it out of Mare's hand.
take it with me.
Oh my goodness.
Slap it out of Mare's
That's
hand.
aggressive.
Bear just like glares. It's like, I am not going to eat these. I'm bringing them with us to test something.
What? That's a good idea you have.
So you start collecting the cakes. Jo is making her way across the room, and just as Faye had predicted, the doors fling open so hard that they are ripped off their hinges, and the most
I know.
foul, disgusting stench fills the room.
I almost
this-
died.
This creature pulls itself in with many arms and many feet, and it is all rolls of skin. It's got like this sheen of slippery disgustingness that it has been caked in the same stuff that has been glazed over everything else. And it seems to have many, like 4 or 5 different faces that have all just been mashed and melted together, and this thing peels itself out of the doorway, and it is almost too big for this room, and it pulls itself forward on these arms and tries to push itself with all of these feet, and it is like zeroed in on Jo. All of the odd
no.
number of eyes just focus in on Jo instead as it peels itself across the room, making the most terrible sloppy sound as it does so.
You said it's covered in the same stuff as the food?
Yeah.
Sounds like this is you're really trying to sugarcoat this for us.
Jo is going to die.
I say, I told you not to touch the food.
we didn't.
Mare's
So-
like, yeah, grabs the tin and
Go,
then
go.
if there's time, we'll do the big entrance at this creature to try to run interference for Jo.
Oh, Jo's frozen.
Okay, I'm gonna possess Jo and make her move.
We haven't
his
made you
party.
roll in the past for that, right? And
No, we have.
Okay.
It's use magic.
all right, roll
So-
weird for me.
Yeah, Jo, like, this thing burst out and she, like, turned and just stopped.
Deer caught in the headlights.
There we go.
Yeah, success.
We're gonna go this way now. Let's go. Come on. And we're crawling. And we're not gonna touch that food.
Get in the tunnel.
I'm going.
So this thing makes a surprising amount of speed for how big and how ungangly it is. And it has, like, as Jo is passing the table to get to the grate, it has reached the table, and it just like lifts itself on the table to use that as leverage to come towards you. Mao has loaded her shotgun and is waiting for you all to get into the grate, but you realize that Mao's face is caked in ice.
Oh,
Oh no!
No!
I vote bitch now.
I don't think I'm
No!
sharp enough to notice that, but okay.
And Jo is being possessed, so.
Two of us are in the tunnel.
Is there a chance for Mare to like swoop in with the big entrance? Because I have something in mind for this.
Yes, you may do so.
All right, let's see how it goes. So one creature. I choose the uh,
The horror.
the homunculi or homunculus thing here. Uh,
Snack man.
yeah, and so Mare just swoops in, and I'm happy to make another weird roll for this if I need to. But I would like it to be just like swirling around this thing, putting visions of like health food and exercise and things like that in its head.
I will give it to
Like
you.
there.
It works. The thing starts writhing and screaming in healthy agony as you have polluted its brain with vegetables and exercise.
Tofu.
Nice.
And for this time, you have it preoccupied. It does not close the distance between the great and to everybody else. And you are all able, if you so wish, to climb into the tunnel to get out.
I do not think Joe's wishes matter at the moment.
I'll wait until everyone's in and I'll be the last one to go in.
All right. Mal puts her shotgun away into her hammer space bag and climbs in with you guys, trying to wipe icing off of her face as she does so.
We're probably going to want to induce something in her.
I assume that Mare eventually pulls away to also escape. Is that correct?
Yeah. Once everybody's through, she'll do the smoke thing and just swoop into the tunnel.
All right. So Faye, being the last person in this area, the monster no longer being haunted by Mare kind of has to get its bearings, but it focuses in on you. You know that it's seen you and it starts making its way towards you.
I will whip it once and then fly into the tunnel as a eagle.
Would you like to roll to kick some
bird
ass?
fly.
Here we go. Oh,
Oh no.
No.
you humans are gonna get me killed.
You miss so catastrophically that the thing is able to like it flings fluid from its arms at you.
Gross.
And it spatters you in this glaze, which at the moment does not seem to have any repercussions yet, giving you ample opportunity to change into a bird and fly down the tunnel. As you're making your way through and you make that bend that you saw, do you take the time to stop and look? Or are you guys just hustling out?
I'm very concerned. I'm a hustling.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I'm
Mare did
assuming I'm
grab
still
that,
possessed.
that tin of cakes before
Okay.
leaving, by the way.
All right.
Just as a FYI.
Faye, do you stop to take a look, or are you also hustling with the others?
I'll stop at the bend because I'm a bird now and I've gotten away. So I'll have a quick look in my
The
bed.
creature has met the opening of the grate. It is clearly too big to navigate it well, but it starts pushing itself in, reaching with a single arm, and almost like chewed bubblegum stretches itself towards you. And you hear that metal against stone as its long nails are scrabbling at the rock to pull itself elastically forward.
God.
So does it look like it's gonna be able to stretch in?
I mean, you don't know how much it's going to be able to stretch in, but at this rate, it might reach you if you don't move.
Oh, do I talk?
Say that one more time.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'll become a bigger bird of prey and attack it.
All right. I
Bigger
don't need.
than an eagle? Is there such a thing?
Oh, like an emu?
Yeah.
An emu would be a tough
Oh,
squeeze.
right. Okay.
An emu in a tunnel.
I mean, ostriches are
Cassowary.
bigger
Gotcha.
and meaner.
Yeah,
Too.
but remember, you guys are in a tunnel that's like just
Exactly, I
about
can't
big
see
enough to like crawl through.
Now I'm thinking of a giraffe in the tunnel.
I'm
What's
going to
wrong
become
with
a
the
vulture, okay? Be a scary vulture.
Okay, so you're a scary vulture, and you go to attack it. This is gonna be a tough roll. Would you like to roll that again for me?
Yes. I'm going to peck
Get
his
those level
face
ups.
off.
I have a picture of this creature, by the way, that I'll share with you guys later.
Oh no, it's terrifying. I love it.
Mixed success. So you kind of you can choose to trade blows with it or have a lower attack, like lower damage.
Lower attack.
So this thing is moving and is so elasticy that when you go to attack, you only seem to nick it. And the elastic qualities of its skin immediately stitch itself back together.
Okay. It's not working, so I'm just going to
You should
swoop
just go.
past everyone.
GTFO.
You probably should turn into a bee and beeline it out of here.
No,
So-
stay as a vulture.
Your tunnel takes you to another area. No gravity Escher style worries with it. But you come out into what looks like kind of like a cellar with the cellar door on top, and you can still hear whatever that thing is scrabbling and trying to stretch to get you.
Well, I'll get to the room, turn back into humanesque me and go, we need to keep moving. It's behind us. We need to keep moving.
Mal's like, yeah, let's go. And is like
Yeah,
already
we're
running
literally
ahead
way
of you.
ahead of
Mal like busts out the cellar doors, and it brings you into a graveyard. And once everybody is out of the cellar, Mal closes the doors, and tries something.
Ooh.
See if this works for me. And the cellar doors decay and crumple, turning into ash, leaving nothing behind. And that scrabbling sound that has plagued you for the duration of this small time period has disappeared, and instead you are now standing in a cemetery with mossy, overgrown rocks, low fences. Everything is unkempt and tangled in briars, and you can hear the distant fluttering of what sounds like wings.
Right, that
And-
sounds also bad, but I'm gonna take a quick break to make Joe eat some food because she's hungry. Also drink. You gotta hydrate.
Are you still possessing me? Like,
Yeah, I've been scared, and now I'm noticing that you haven't been eating enough and you haven't been drinking enough, so I'm gonna do that for you. Also,
Mom,
because I
Joe's-
really want to do that, and this gives me an excuse. Right? 'Cause
Mayor's
he's
gonna,
been dead for ages. He doesn't get to taste food, but now he does.
Oh,
Joe
that's
is-
true.
So this
Joe
is
is
still
shaking.
bad, but it's sort of a gray area.
Mayor's just gonna look around at this place and be like, I'm home. And go like lean up against one of the tombstones to take a nap.
This
Mayor-
is your home? What?
Did you at all want to check the food tin that you brought, or would you like to save that for next time?
I'll save that for next time.
Okay.
That
Yay.
is not- Okay, once I've fed and watered Joe, how is she doing injury-wise?
I'm
Um,
uninjured.
Uninjured? Good. I'll let go. All right,
Faye's
all right.
Just-
to Mao. Faye's gonna walk up to Mao, get right in her face, and go, "You imbecile."
Mal
that's
makes
mean.
a sad face at you, and she's like, I haven't eaten in 3 days.
I
I'm
told
so
That's a lot of
hungry."
days.
you it.
She's like her eyes get all glossy and she pouts. She's like, I know you told me not to, but I had to.
Joe meanwhile is like,
And I just go,
where the fuck are we?
Well,
We're in a
Sound like
graveyard.
a
Sorry
dog
about the whole
that's
possession
like,
thing. I
no.
was trying to get you out of the way of the monster.
Like Joe's like eyes go wide again. She's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Mare will chime in on the conversation between Faye and Mao just from her spot leaning against a tombstone. And just say, self-control's never been one of Mao's strong suits, so just maybe go a little easy on them.
You could
no,
just
so
give us
back
some food.
away, but I'm like, still
That was like exaggerated
evil.
sad face at you. And just like watches you like back away and just
Oh.
Mare will look at Mao and go, for real though, don't eat weird food unless we say it's okay.
Did you not bring any power bars or something?
Mal looks
Or
in her
like a
buddy
tin of beans?
backpack and shakes her head. She says, I did have room for food.
Well,
Joe's like gonna
We
like
should
scramble around in her bag and like toss her like a beef jerky or something.
She eats it like in one whole bite. Like
we should
chokes
really
on
keep
it.
track
Eats
of
it
how
so
much
fast.
food we got, because y'all are gonna
Expire.
right. Also, the water.
Are we safe for now? From yeah, are we good?
I mean, there's some weird fluttering over there.
Oh
That's
no.
probably not good.
It sounds like bats to me, which is great. They're
Right,
cute.
those drink blood sometimes, and even though I don't have any, Joe does.
I do in fact have blood.
Well, they only drink a little, and
He
usually only
won't
from, like,
hurt you.
cows.
The bats won't hurt you. I'm here.
Are there bats, Faye? That's kind of your area of expertise.
Yeah, why don't you go be super successful at dealing with the bats?
They are not bats. You actually detect something that feels a little bit more celestial, kind of like you.
Danger, or am I like, cool, bro? Which one?
Oh my god.
You cannot detect what kind of angel it is, but
Be cherubs.
you specifically, Faye, recognize the sensation, but in such a way that you know that this is part of your blocked memories.
Hmm. Okay. And I
I
go,
gotta know.
Mary's just
It's
looking at
not
Faye like, you okay?
it's not bats.
What is it?
Great. Is it another monster?
I don't
think
want it.
it's an angel.
Like you?
Yes.
All right.
Is that good?
Do we want to go say hi or?
I'm not sure. It should be okay.
Okay.
You got a lot of angel friends? Or...
Are they nearby?
They're at a distance. And they're flying. That's all you can really tell.
Very far, or sort of like, could I sort of?
You could probably flag them.
Yeah, can I try and use a bit of angel telepathy?
Yeah, you could. You do your. I'm gonna have you roll weird for that. Actually, to be perfectly fine.
Just to be like, hello, angel friend. Are you a friend?
So you do reach out telepathically. And it's like the sensation that you get in response to your telepathy is very akin to being hugged by an old friend.
And I sort of start beaming, like, we're safe.
That would be a first since we got to this weird place.
I mean,
So does your friend have a name?
I'd be happy with some safety.
You don't know the name of this angel. Raven, are we
Mare-
okay to go over just a little bit because we started
Oh,
late
sure.
today?
Oh, for sure. We're actually not doing our stream tonight.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, there's no real super big time crunch. But right now, Mare has literally pulled their cloak around them, pulled their hood down, and just talks over at Faye and just says, "Cool, tell them I said hi. Let me know if you need me," and takes a nap.
Okay.
All of my freaking out is meta.
Yeah.
I'll say, I can't remember, but they're a good friend.
Okay.
So
Friends sound nice.
Maybe he's got some food and water.
your telepathy acts like a beacon, and you can you get the sensation that it is drawing closer and closer and closer. And part of the sky begins to darken as so it's kind of overcast and almost like a large bird is approaching. And as it breaks through this thinly veiled fog, it is, instead of just a bird, a mass of wings flapping and moving together in a hypnotizing way. And the wings all slowly unfold as it descends in the most divine, diabolical way. And standing among the wings is what you would believe to be the most beautiful man. And he wears simply a loincloth and a turban. He does not appear to have arms, but he has several hands. And in each hand is a green marble. And he offers these marbles to all of you without saying anything at first. And after a beat, and after looking at all of you, he says, "You are tired and weary and hungry and perhaps even hopeless." And his eyes settle on Joe and then return to Faye. And he says, "I would like to bring you comfort. I can take you to a place that will protect you and hold you and house you."
Oh, I'm
And I'll
so
just
glad
put
Mare
our
decided to
foreheads
ignore this
together.
person. I didn't know this is who this was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Is that
knew.
like-
So
gonna
glad
bring
Mare's
us?
asleep for this.
So in a sort of angel greeting, I'll put our foreheads together.
And you can feel in like a kinship manner the soft, gentle caress of his hand against your cheek. And he says, "It has been some time, sister."
Sis, you said you didn't know who this was.
I say I couldn't remember.
Can you remember now? What's his name?
Do I get a name?
You do not get a name. And the angel
the
does
name?
not answer the question. Instead, the angel offers his hands
Yeah,
forward
I
again.
think we sort of.
What was
I think
that?
we sort of do our own angel thing. Ignore the mortals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two of you have like this moment. And his presence feels an awful lot like a brother, or a brother connection. And yay, there's some rain!
Hey,
Thanks for the
welcome in,
rain!
Raiders.
But the familiarity that you feel with this leaves an ache in your heart. Like there is a comfort here and a sweetness, but with that comes like almost like this well of grief and sadness. And for just a moment, you get a glimpse into your life as a human. And all you can see is dirty, peeled up carpet, faded wallpaper walls, what looks like a child's bed with the knobs and the ends all beaten and broken up, socks with holes in them, and leather shoes that are falling apart.
Okay.
And I feel like that is probably a decent place to put a pin in this for us to pick up. Did anybody want to add anything else? Except for Raven. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
kidding.
say-
having an angel moment. I'm just having my angel moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Mara is asleep, but just reminding everyone, like, she also said, like, if you need me, like, you can wake me up. So if things do go bad, feel free to like nudge her awake.
Tom is
Oh,
very suspicious of this weird angel guy.
It's good to be suspicious of weird angels.
Yeah. You know,
I mean,
his mom.
I mean, Faye seems to think he's cool, and I am very tired.
I
'Cause I'm
seriously
like-
cannot believe that I decided to, like, you know what, Mare's just kind of tired. This is a nice spot. She's gonna take a nap right now. Oh my god. I can't believe that.
Oh, as soon as you said that it was like an angel, I was like, oh no. I read about this.
Yeah.
I feel like he might want to take us to heaven, you know, because that's a cool place for us to chill and relax and, you know, not have any needs or wants. And I don't want to go there. That's my whole deal.
It's fair. It's very valid.
That's true. Tom doesn't really have any needs or like human needs like that. So
All I need is a buddy.
And to get a song.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. But you know, that's been a while.
it's so hard not to sing.
I know.
I'm
Damn
just
you, DMCA.
I'm loving this angel moment.
Yay! I'm so glad.
It's
we can
really
deal with
good.
what we decide to do next time.
On next episode of Beyond the Wall, our players get to meet dun 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 somebody that I won't give you the name of until we get there. For those that don't know.
Secret.
Can I know his name like off stream?
Oh yeah, off stream. I'll tell you that, but not until
It's
I'm not gonna-
Jehoshaphat.
I'm gonna not spoil it yet.
Alright.
Whew.
Well, fantastic. Well, before we go on a raid ourselves, which I went ahead and chose the raid cry of "Humans Do Be Weird" because that was just a great
Yeah.
moment early in the stream.
Let's make that a t-shirt.
Yeah. We're
I'm
gonna
on
go around
it.
and say our favorite parts, where we can find people, and anything else that they want to plug. And let's start with Yaz. What was your favorite part, and where can we find you? All that good stuff.
Shoot, it's all so great. I love that Joe is terrified of this whole world, and I'm very excited to see how she grows. Faye, I love what you decided to do with the bowl, the scrying bowl of mercury. Tom is always an absolute delight, but the fact that he punched a giant lawn snake in the eye today was pretty lit.
That
Um,
was good.
and finally, Mare, everything like Mare's little quips, her responses to everything are just so much fun.
Funny.
And I'm very glad that you held Mao accountable for eating the cupcake.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Mao.
That's gonna come
Yeah.
back, I promise.
Days
Speaking-
patience with Mao is growing thin.
Those are the
That's
good
valid.
character moments.
I mean, she did dissolve the door at least.
Yeah.
Mao's capable, but only sometimes.
Speaking of the quips, something I meant to mention earlier, I've really been enjoying the fact that like I say shit like that because I know it's punny and funny and I enjoy that. Mare's saying it unironically, like a lot of the time. It's just like, "Ooh, I don't get it. What are you talking about?" And I love that.
Oh, good.
I do too.
Yeah.
You can find me next here on Wednesday playing Bambi Darling, our Exodus's resident starlet harlot, making terrible, no good decisions again. And or on Twitter or on my own stream under Bodalia or Y Tatiana Art, whatever. I'm a little everywhere. And yeah.
Let's hop on over to Hannah. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And all that good stuff.
I feel like it's a toss up between everybody like ADHD hyperfixating on this puzzle box, just like transfixed, or that really like gut wrenching moment where Tom was like, "Do you not want me around?" That hit me really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
You guys can find me next. I will be back tomorrow playing Elizabeth in the Time Travelers game, same time, noon Mountain Time. And then I'll be back again, obviously, next week for this one. Yeah.
All right. And then yeah, we'll hop on down to Anina. Favorite part? Where can we find you? Anything else you want to plug?
Oh, I mean, Angel moments is my favorite part. There was a lot. This was a really fun episode. I like body slamming Joe through the door when he wouldn't go through. Stuff like that. It's nice seeing everyone doing these weird and wonderful things in battle and in the game. So yeah, even though we're made of paper, I think we make a really good team.
Agreed.
You can find me on YouTube or Twitter. On Twitter, I'm at Anina Kasky, and Instagram as well. Go on my YouTube channel for some comedy sketches, a bit of dark drama, Scandi noir there as well, and just hopefully funny, chatty videos as well. It's The Awkward Actress on YouTube. I shall also put the link in the old chat box there. And I'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. Let's hop on over to Paladin. Favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you want to plug?
Oh, there was so much good stuff. I think it's a toss-up between either Yaz's descriptions of all the horrible things, where I'm just like, damn it, why are you so good at this horrible stuff? Ah.
I appreciate it.
Right?
It's terrifying. I love
Nina's
it.
Face. You had some expressions during this whole episode where I was like, ah, that's a good face. Right? Ah, good stuff. Because there was so much stuff that happened that you got to react to. And I just see you there having fun. Good stuff.
That was good.
So I encourage the audience to also keep an eye out for those, because I'm betting there's going to be more of them. Where can you find me next? Let's see. It's Friday now, so Sunday I have I'm on Little Red Dot's channel for Sunday Fun Day, where I'm going to play a tiny little robot. I don't know much about the little guy other than he's in charge of the vending machine aboard a spaceship, and I'm gonna. I came up with this character a while back. So we're tiny robots taking care of the ship. And since I'm in charge of the vending machine,
I feel like I'm in charge of everybody's health, and he sees himself as a doctor, but like every prescription is just a Snickers bar. So, it's the
I
worst. And
love that
I'm
so
gonna have
much.
to
so
pay for it,
wonderful.
right? So
cute.
good. Origami Shuriken's going to be my GM, and I'm really looking forward to that. I love her work. Good stuff.
That's
Then
awesome.
I'm going to be back on Paula's Cryptid channel on Tuesday. I think there's going to be like a filler episode again, which is good. We'll have to work out what we're doing, but there's a bunch of ideas floating around, so tune in to find out what's going to happen. And that's it. Like, eventually I'll be back on Uncanny Adventures again, but it's not this week, it's next week.
All right, cool. That just leaves me my favorite part. Yeah, I loved the description of the hideous gluttony homunculus thing. Um, and literally the idea of something so horrible and grotesque and just, you know, oozing with evil is also literally sugar coated. It was just, that was a great visual.
That monster.
I'm glad you like that.
I did. I loved it and hated it at the same time, and it was wonderful. All of Hannah's expressions at the creepy stuff were great.
Some very powerful reactions there, yeah.
Yeah, in character and out of character. Just the
Mhm.
reactions to things that were happening were just, you know, chef's kiss. It was great. Faye. I felt so bad for Faye because she kept trying to like fight the stuff and she kept getting her butt kicked. The dice just were
Yeah.
not with you. But you know, the fact that Faye just keeps getting up and keeps getting up again, and then you know, acting
Slamming
like
against
the
that
the only
wall.
adult in the room, growling at Mao and Mare and everybody else. It's great.
She's
And
gonna
then just-
level up really soon, right? There's
Yeah.
so many levels all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I got 4 points of XP this game.
Nice.
I leveled
Impressive.
up first
Yeah.
time this time. Something for getting my ass handed to me.
Yeah. And then Tom is just a freaking delight every episode. Just the constant little quips and one-liners and everything. It's fantastic, and I really love the moment where Tom's just like, "Oh, you haven't eaten enough. You're not hydrated enough. We're gonna take care of that."
That's
That
that's
was,
a,
that
a
was
nice
so
little
adorable.
subtle
That was a
I
mom
thought.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
That
there was
was-
depth to that because like that's what he's missing. So it's
So it's
both
like
that he wants to take
he's
care
taking
of her.
care of Joe, but also taking advantage of the fact that she has senses.
Like this
Yeah.
like it's a tricky sort of balance to where he would like to do that more often, but it's like a super boundary cross weird thing. And I want to acknowledge that to the chat that you should not possess people if you were to ever be a ghost.
At least not just to taste food, you know.
Exactly, but like during this episode, I had good reason to save her from a monster, and then I could extend that a little to get her some food and water.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving me.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
As we always say, yes, consent is very important in
Mhm.
all things. But yeah, I did appreciate that moment, and the "Do you not want me around" thing. That also was just like, oof, right in the feels.
My heart hurts.
Yeah, but the whole episode was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And I still cannot believe I chose to take a nap right before this particular character showed up because, oh my god. You're gonna want to catch next week because this character is
We're all
as
gonna play
enigmatic
marbles.
and kind of creepy as they look right now. Just wait. Just you
It
wait.
gets worse. It gets
Oh,
It
yeah.
gets so much worse. And so much better. Definitely come back
Yes.
next week. It's gonna be a really good one. As for where you can find me next, normally you could find me in about 3 hours for In the Mouth of the Beast Below, but our GM unfortunately is not feeling well and having internet issues at the same time, so we're gonna postpone that stream for this week. But you can catch us back at the same time next week. So the next time you'll find me, I'll be producing Time Travelers at noon tomorrow, same place. So you'll get to hear me at the very end as we go on a raid, but you should still definitely come by and watch for the amazing players and GM and everything. It's a really good story. I enjoy listening to it every week. And then I'll be GMing Animus Absentus at 6 p.m. tomorrow. That's Mountain Time, so if you're on Eastern, that's 8 p.m. And that's it for this week for streams. Other things to talk about and plug. One thing that's of particular interest that is not something that happens all the time. LTUE.net, the 11th, 12th, and 13th. I'll be a special guest there. So I'll be doing several presentations on streaming and tabletop game design, as well as a bunch of panels and things like that on other gaming-related topics. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's all going to be online on Discord. Yeah, if you're interested in learning more about that, there's the link for it in chat. And then also sponsors, which I will get into chat there. Grinding Coffee Company. If you go to grindingcoffee.co and use the code RAVEN, it's RAVVYN, you can get 10% off your order, and it's really good coffee. They roast it right before it ships out, which for those who don't know, you actually can't drink coffee immediately after you roast it. It's got to sit a couple of days. So it's basically they roast it and ship it to you, and by the time it gets to you, that's when it's ready to drink. So it's about as fresh as you can get. It's really good stuff. And then Fundamental RPG, that is my tabletop system. Second edition is available for pre-order at coffee.com/raven/shop. And PDF and paperback. The paperback prices include shipping, so you don't have to worry about like paying extra for that later or anything like that. It's all one price in there. And that should be coming out at the end of February or early March. And right now the prices are discounted, so definitely take advantage of that while you can. If you're not familiar with the system, we use that for Animus Absentus and Water this season. We also used it for Hunters of Calamity last season. So you can kind of see the system in action there. And then finally Intrepid, which is IRL adventuring gear. So it's outdoors, athletic, and casual wear, along with some accessories like water bottles and travel mugs and mouse pads and things like that, with a tabletop or adventuring theme to them. They're pretty cool stuff. You can check that out at the same place, coffee.com/raven/shop. There's little keywords that you can click on for different types of products. So just click Fundamental if you're interested in that, or Intrepid if you're wanting to look at that. And I think that's everything. So we're going to go on a raid. Again, our raid cry is humans do be weird, because they do. I'm just going to double check that the person we're raiding is still going. Yep, she is. We're going to go say hi to Virginia, or Tabletop Horde. She's currently playing some Assassin's Creed, looks like Black Flag. Phenomenal streamer and just all around amazing person. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already, and say hello. And then I will see you all, not tonight, tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.